In the field of archaeology, at this present point of time, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Burma, is there anything exciting happening which we don't hear about because the dominant narrative is so suppressive?
You mean in terms of exciting sites?
Exciting sites, exciting explorations by young archaeologists,
Yeah,
historians.
well, sites...
You were at a conference last year, I think.
Yeah, exciting sites, I would say at the moment nothing very dramatic has turned up. We know the sites that have potential, and one is hoping that there will be time and effort and money to go and explore and excavate these sites. Archaeology itself is undergoing a very interesting change as a discipline, because there's more and more of science coming in. In fact, at one point when I was very much into archaeology, I moved away because I realized that if one doesn't have a scientific background in terms of knowing something about chemistry particularly or physics, it becomes very difficult, because a lot of the testing that they're now doing relates back to the sciences. And so to understand, for example, radiocarbon testing is now slightly out of date, and there are many other tests, but they're all based on scientific ideas and theories and so on, and experiments. So that is happening. The other thing that's happening is, of course, that the coming in of ecology and environmental studies. Archaeology lends itself very much to that. The study of soil, the study of forests, the study of the composition of the soil.
Wind, water,
oil and water. Changing river courses, so geology is also very important. And this is an interesting direction it's taking from its origins in civilization equaled archaeology, which consisted of art objects and architecture and that kind of thing. Now it's kind of changed.
So it's a multidisciplinary kind of...
Much more so, yes. I mean, and not that the other things have declined. People are still very interested in architecture and in art objects and so on. But there's this whole new area which has also come in. DNA, for example, very important. I mean, I know nothing about DNA, therefore I hesitate to pronounce on it, and I'm a little worried by the ease with which people run in and pick up skeletons and start doing DNA analysis. But it's there.
Just a little bit on the personal side. I mean, you're going to be turning, I think, 83 in...
83.
We're going to see an autobiography of Ramila?
No, at the moment, nothing. At the moment, all that I'm doing is fiddling around, finishing off things which had deadlines that I hadn't met. I certainly don't intend to do any major academic work, because I thought that the book I produced last year on the historical tradition was big enough and fat enough and said all that I wanted to say, which I've been wanting to say all my life. There won't be an autobiography. There may be incidental interviews like this and memoirs and that kind of thing.
And the time that you spend with your grandnephew on a racing car circuit?
Oh, that is very precious time. Very, very precious.
So he's given you Ramila Thapar on a Ferrari and...
That's right, and on a Bugatti. Yes.
So it was really wonderful talking to you, Professor Thapar.
It was very nice indeed.
And just would love to see if you could also help me put together a list of documents which we could run with the interview for suggested reading for the young people, because I think that would really...
that would be a help.
Yeah, that would be really helpful for anybody who wants to go further into what we've talked about.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this wonderful time.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. So that was this wonderful conversation we had with Professor Ramila Thapar. We'll see you again on this show soon.